So yes, I'm back on YouTube. I had forgotten my password. It was a nice sabbatical to be off, to not be stressed by content. So now it feels worthy to come back with such a video, repairing my suspension and also fitting the radar tires. But to start with, there's a 24-hour car wash in Pretoria. Only Pretoria would need a 24-hour car wash, because why does that need to exist? It's a good thing because on such days it's very useful. I'm done at the car wash, nah? And I decided to say let me do a burnout, but as much as I want to say goodbye to these tires, I've never done a burnout that was successful, so I don't want to risk it today out of all days. What you saw is good enough. The intro was good enough to say goodbye to these tires. I'm going to keep the front ones just to have spares. And fun fact, if you get in a crash and your tires are below the minimum limit, which I think is 1 millimeter, as per the South African standards, insurance won't approve your claim. So you see how the car is going straight, but my wheel is slightly tilted that way. I really do need alignment, and it's a good thing that I'm doing it now because it's been long overdue. Now we are going to fit the tires. It's at the Midrand Motor City in Dunlop, and I'm already late. There's so many people. I hope it's gonna be easy to record. I'm very camera shy. I am camera shy. As much as I make videos, I'm still very shy. Shy. So as you can see here now, these are well below 1 millimeter. So if I was to get in a crash now, they would be chai. The tires I had as a temporary, no, they were not temporary, they're actually very permanent. I asked for the cheapest tire when I was rebuilding this car, and they gave me these ones. They've lasted me for, I think they lasted me for like 6 months. They lasted me for 6 to 8 months. But now it's time to get rid of them and try out the radar tires. So these are the tires. I'm going to be fitting the R8 run flats. 255 at the rear, 35. So it just means the profile is slightly thinner. And then on these ones, the front ones are 255/40. They have a nice thick-ish profile. But I like the size of the 255 because this allows for more traction. So if you have not been privileged enough to see how they fit tires at a tire shop, it's a very linear process. They obviously first have to get your car on a bay, and then they have to remove your rims, your current rims. Once they've removed all your current rims, then they take them to these machines that they have where they can start removing the old tire from their rim. They remove it, and then after that, they have to put in the new tire. And while doing that, they also replace your tire pressure monitoring sensors. So after that, they have to put air in the tires because at this point, there's nothing, there's zero. So even the tires look entangled here. After they're done with that, they have to balance the tires to make sure that they don't have any vibrations, because tires are not always even. So on rotation, they do wobble. So to eliminate the wobble, they have to add some weights that they have in specific spots. And then, from there, then you won't have those vibrations that you usually have when you're traveling like at high speed. Then the tires are ready. They can then be fitted back onto the car.
How do you feel about the new Once tires have been fitted, a car has to go for wheel alignment, which makes sure that when your steering wheel is facing straight, the tires are also facing straight. This is mostly for the front tires, but even at the rear and at the front, there's toe and camber, a whole lot of jargon that you don't have to know about. But just know it makes sure that the car goes straight when it needs to and also feels good when you're turning. Guys, this car looks good, ne? But I'm nervous about having someone drive my car, man. We are done here and I'll be test driving them now, doing initial impressions, and then I'll stop and tell you more about these Raider tires because they have very interesting effects. So I just came off the highway after fitting these tires and they feel pretty good. The road noise, it's not that much, it's not anything beyond normal. So yeah, they do feel good on the highway and there's no bad thing that I can think about them. The real test is just going to be driving them for, you know, I don't know how many kilometers to come. I hope they last me long. I hope I make them last long, because they can last really long. Even though they are budget tires or they are on the cheaper side compared to other brands, they were designed, you know, by proper people. Raider Tires is based out of Singapore. They do promise really good quality when it comes to the tires, and from just how comfortable they are on the highway and the road noise that is normal, there's nothing crazy. I like them. I like how they feel. I've not driven around town much, so that will come later. Maybe I'll do like a 5,000 kilometer video if I can get them to 5,000 kilometers. I don't trust myself with tires, but I will try to make these ones last so that I can have that long-term ownership review for you. Right, otherwise let's just check how they look. I've stopped at a nice stop. This is where people like recording videos, and I'm here as well. I've not went to the car wash to put some gel on them, but they do look okay. They are not dirty. So yeah, at the front we have the R8 225 40 18. It's a nice thicker profile for the front. I like how they look, really. I think I prefer though the look of the sport wheels more, but I can't get those because my car needs to run flats just in case I get into a puncture, or yeah, so I can drive these. You can drive them run flats, that is, for 80 kilometers after they've experienced a puncture or like some air loss, and you can drive them up to 80 kilometers. So that's enough to travel between cities, let's say like Joburg and Pretoria, Midrand, wherever. Like 80 kilometers is a lot of leeway when you've just been in trouble, and we all know with the spiking incidents in South Africa, you know, it's pretty good to have a run flat tire that can do so many kilometers at a very decent speed. 80 kilometers is a lot. And at the back I have 255 35 18. It's an 18-inch tire rim, so they do look okay for me. I like how they just fit my stance as well. Even on this side they just really look so good. I had my doubts about the tire profile at the back, but it came out really well. To have 4 brands on your tires that are the same name, because I was running like a different name at the front and a different name at the back, so it's really nice to have the same design across all the tires that promise you that, you know, the way they're gonna handle the wet, the dry is really consistent. You're not going to experience any crazy feel when you're driving because you have different design patterns across your tires. It's really important that you have the same design pattern across your tires, so the front and the rear have the same design pattern, which makes sure that the tires are very efficient in how they spill water if you're in the wet and you're driving this car. Not this car in particular, but we all know BMWs and the wet, they don't really like it very much, which is why at the rear the BMWs, or my one, is fitted with the 255, maximize the traction that I get there, and then at the front it's 225. So these grooves that you have here and also these paths, they make sure to dispel water, and you know, you still have enough surface for your dry conditions. the kind of rain where you need to slow down, do like 80 kilometers or do 90, put on your fog lights and hope for the best. What usually happens in this heavy rain, there's some puddles on the road, like depending on the road surface, there may be puddles, there may be areas where the water is really packed and it's staying there. So the car might swerve a bit as you go through those puddles, but when you have a good tire, it's a good day for you because it disperses the water really quickly as soon as it comes into contact with it, especially if the tires are new. Obviously, as they age, they don't perform as good in such conditions, but with a good design, you are still promised like good performance in such weather conditions. So if you have good tires, you might not experience aquaplaning that much, but if you have bad tires, it's a bad day for you because you are really gonna feel that this car does not want to stay on the road. Especially, I think rear-wheel drive cars are more prone to this swerving in such conditions. So I've just done a quick 400-kilometer trip and I really love how these tires handle the wet. It was unexpected. I didn't expect the wet to be there, but the rain came. So really got to feel just how they drive. And I'm pleased with them. These are initial impressions, of course. We'll just see how they handle long term. Yeah, so I look forward to the next video that I'm gonna do on them, just so I can give you the overall performance that they have given me and like the full extensive impressions that I have of them. Obviously the plan is to go to the track, so I'm going to track them, but yeah, until then, thank you and I'm back. Bye bye.